Hey, we are live, and look who we have. We have Anita Delacroce with us. How are you doing, Anita?
Well, it's good morning, I guess,
It's early, isn't it?
for me.
Yeah. Well, my
For you.
banner wouldn't come up, so it just says "Wake up with Toastmasters." I got to figure out what's wrong with the video over there. But I will slap that computer around today and see what I can find out. So we were going to talk about contests today. We have contests coming up for all the clubs, and then we'll have a contest for all of the areas, and then we'll have a contest for the district. And our contests are going to be evaluation, where we hear a speaker that no one has heard before that's going to be in the contest,
Uh-huh.
and they deliver the speech, and then the contestants have 5 minutes to write down notes, and then we take the notes away, and then they are sequestered, and each one is called up individually so they can't hear each other.
That's right.
I'll have to watch them, make sure they don't go on their phone and get a secret message from a friend. I think we'll probably take their cell phones away. But the whole object is that each person gives their own opinion of the speaker. And that is all it is an evaluation is an opinion of that person for what was said. Have you ever been in a club meeting where somebody says, "I'm not going to give you credit for that speech because I thought you had to do it over"?
Oh, no, I hope not.
I was at a club meeting and the evaluator said, "No, no, you failed that project. You can't do that. You have to redo the whole project." And everybody in the club said, "No, no, no, no. You delivered the project. She did the project. Evaluator, but you can't. You, as an evaluator, do not have the power to say you don't get credit for that. You're just evaluating. You're telling your opinion. Your opinion. Maybe your speech sucked, but hey, sometimes people have a hard time giving a speech, but it's not. And you're, it's the idea. The ideal for Toastmasters is evaluate to motivate. And there's two projects that are called that. One's a short one and one's a 2 hour one with a workshop. And I've done the 2 hour workshop. I presented it. It's a lot of fun to do that workshop. But it's all about evaluation. And it's about evaluating the speaker on the speech they gave that day and what they can do to improve it, what you liked about it, and then comments to motivate them to come back and give another speech.
Hmm.
If you're there and you say, "Hey, that speech sucked. You did totally wrong," and that's your evaluation of them, then that's a really poor evaluation. What do you think, Anita? What do you think an evaluation should be?
I think an evaluation should be your opinion about how they made their presentation of that particular speech. You could talk about something that I totally disagree with, but I am there to evaluate your presentation of that speech, how well you did,
Yeah,
and if I can give you any enhancements or suggestions for you to improve it the next time, that's my job.
yeah, yeah. Generally, we don't do comments on the content of the speech, just the
Correct.
delivery and how it was presented.
Correct.
Then that's the whole key is you can give a presentation about something that is your favorite subject that everyone else disagrees with, but it is not what you have for the topic of the speech, but how you delivered it and your presentation of it.
Mhm.
And sometimes it gets hard when they're presenting something that you're totally opposed to, but your opinion shouldn't be based on what you think. It should be based on how they delivered it.
Well, yeah, we've got to learn, and we do learn as Toastmasters how to shut off our filters.
Have you
So
ever
that
have you ever done that contest? The evaluation contest? Been in it?
trying to remember in all the years I've been in Toastmasters, I don't think I've ever given and been involved in an evaluation
Ah,
contest.
yeah. I I was contestant a couple of times in the evaluation. I like that contest. The best thing about that contest is you don't have to memorize your speech because you're there 5 minutes. You write down your notes on what the presentation was, and then you go on stage and give your presentation about that speech. So you don't have to worry for weeks about, oh, I'm trying to memorize this speech and trying to learn everything about it and give it and practice it. And you might spend 3 weeks giving that presentation at different club meetings, and then you get up on stage and you really blow it because you totally forget the middle of the speech or something, which I've done before too. So that's something. But evaluation contest, if you're in a club and they're having the evaluation contest, jump in as a participant and see if you can win the contest at your club to go to the area. And then at the area, if you win, you go to the district or division, and then you go to the district. So it's club, division, club, area, division, and district. That's yep.
You don't go to district with evaluation.
No, not with evaluation. You're correct. Evaluation stops at the division. Thank you. That would be awesome to have it at the district too. I mean, the district. I don't know why they don't do it at the district. I'll have to ask somebody.
Well, I think it's because the whole point of the speech contests are the international speakers, the international speakers, and they are supposed to be the highlighted speakers. And I think that's why they stopped. They want to give all due respect to the highlighted speakers of international competition.
Now, have you ever competed at international?
I've done international speeches. I've done tall tale speeches. I've done humor speeches. Yes.
Yeah, I've done speeches at contests and gotten to the area, but never passed the area. So I have a really hard time memorizing speeches. So that's my fall. If it's something that I've made up, like a tall tale, and I make up tall tale, I don't remember that. But I can remember what happened, so I can tell you a story about what happened when I fell off the boat. But I can't tell you a tall tale about that because I would have to make up something. Yeah.
Oh, it's like lying. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it's good not to lie, because you have to remember the lie you told and how you told it, and you got to make sure you have your facts of your lie.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell a lie.
Yeah, I can't lie.
Hard to tell a tall tale. Exactly.
I cannot lie because if I tell a lie that I don't remember it. I was out with the boys. We were shooting pool. No, we were at some dance hall. But yeah, the girls were dancing around the pool table. That was it. Oh. So you have a club that is going to be giving a contest. When's your club contest?
Me? When do my club?
Yeah, your club contest.
Oh, we're doing our club. See, I belong to Area D2, and we're giving our contest for area is on this coming Saturday.
Right. So you've already had the club contest, right? You selected who's going to the area.
Yes, that's the procedure.
Yeah.
That's the procedure. One thing I'm going to remind us of is that the evaluation contest, as a contestant, you have 2 to 3 minutes with a 30-second cushion at the end. So you have a maximum of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. If you go over that time, you're disqualified.
Yeah.
And it's an evaluation is a mini speech, because you have an opening, you have the body or your body of your speech, and you have a conclusion.
Yeah.
So it is actually a mini speech, and it's judged on that criteria.
Right.
How you give your evaluation is the same way we evaluate a speech. It's the same way we give a regular standard speech. We have an opening, a middle, and a conclusion.
And,
So
and
it has to be organized.
there's a evaluation sheet for the judges when they do their when they listen to the evaluation that has all the criteria that they're looking for. So as a contestant, you should take a look at that ballot because they're online. You can get the ballots from Toastmasters.org and look at that ballot and make sure that you're putting those particular items that are on the ballot in your speech as you're delivering the evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it is opening, body, and conclusion. It's a speech. But it's a speech about improving that person's speech that they did. And it's really good because the target speaker, and I'm not sure if we're still calling them target speakers, but the person who gives the speech is usually from a different area that they have not presented at any of the clubs in the area that has the contest. And they give a speech, and it'll be the first time that people have heard that speech. And I know at one contest that I was at a long time ago, this person won the contest. And when he got up on stage and was talking to the Toastmaster, and oh, how did you rate so well on this evaluation? Oh, I heard her 2 weeks ago at my club. He's disqualified immediately. He's not supposed to have heard that speech. If he hadn't told us that he heard her the week or 2 weeks before, that was. But he did. He got up there and said, "Oh yeah, I evaluated her at my club 2 weeks ago." That is a definite no. So, if you are going to be a target speaker, make sure that you have not spoken at any of these clubs or any of the contestants have been at your club, and that's sometimes what happens. Is you have a visitor at your club that is from another club, and they may be the contestant for that club, and you wouldn't even know that they had heard your speech before. So just be careful with that.
Well, it all goes back to integrity, which is one of our.
It does definitely. It does go back to integrity, and that's if you're in the contest and you've heard the speaker before, you should immediately disqualify yourself and say, hey, I have an unfair advantage. I've heard this speaker before. So that is that part. But what about the international contest now? That is a more prestigious win if you can go all the way to the international and take first place. We have 2 people or 3 in town that have won that prestigious honor, and they have gone on to develop careers in public speaking that and written books about public speaking that have made them very wealthy, and they are very handy to come to Toastmaster meetings and participate in meetings and help out any way they can. Mm-hmm. But it's a very prestigious honor to win that international. Have you ever given an international speech at a contest?
I've done international contests, yes. I haven't gone that much further yet, but still early in my career, so I still have a chance to get up there and give another good speech somewhere.
Well, I'm kind of waiting on something that is of international quality for me to speak on, because right now I don't have a clue what I would talk about. Plus, there's things in my past that I could talk about, but I don't want the police to come and get me. So it's.
Now you're talking about a humorous speech. I get it.
Yeah, well, the international speech. The international speech could be a humorous speech. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't say it has to be any speech. You can speak about any topic you want. Mm-hmm. So that's the international speech, and it's 5 to 7 minutes. It's an original speech that you've never presented to a contest before.
To a contest.
Right. You never presented to a contest. You may have presented it at several clubs. You may have presented it, at different places, but you've never competed with it. Yeah. It has to be an original. It has to be an original material.
Well, you can have, if you're quoting someone, you can have up to 25% of the speech that you create drawn from maybe quotes or
Right.
someone else,
Right.
but 75% of that speech has
Yeah.
to be your original speech.
Yeah.
And how, you weave in sometimes facts, figures, quotes, you weave them in, but if you go beyond 25%, that's
Yeah.
a no-no.
Yeah. If your whole speech is about Smokey the Bear and all you've got is the material you saw on TV when they were advertising Smokey the Bear, you're in trouble. Come
Right.
up with some new material about Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, there's a joke that runs around Toastmasters sometimes because we're always trying to improve our vocabulary. And the joke is this: oh, I learned a new word, plagiarism.
Yeah.
Yeah, now and then, yeah. We joke about these things, but they're serious because we want to give a good speech. We want to put our best foot forward and say something people want to hear. And that's where I like Toastmasters to be. I like to hear what Toastmasters have to say in their speeches because I learn a lot. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I can't learn as much as I've learned from Toastmasters because everyone has their own story and it's got a different angle. And it's interesting. It's interesting.
In my first Toastmaster experience, a friend invited me to go to a contest. I think it was a division contest because it was fairly large.
Mhm.
And I went and I met lots of people. People were really friendly. And I enjoyed going to the contest, listening to the speeches. It was an awesome experience. And back in that day, we were live and had food and had the raffle and all of the fun things that goes along with the contest. And we're back live again, so we have live contests going on now. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we do with people attending because face masks have been lifted. There's no surge in COVID right now, so it should be a good time to get out there and enjoy a Toastmaster contest and see what you think because that's your first experience with Toastmasters. You go, you enjoy it, and you like it, and people are friendly. I mean, what else can you do but join? I was terrible at speaking. I'm still not at the quality of international speeches, but I enjoy going to clubs and delivering speeches and working on things. There's a lot of information about stuff that I am interested in. Space, time travel, writing books. I'm interested in all those things. So if I go to a club, I can talk about that, and talk about what I'm doing, and present a speech 5 to 7 minutes at most clubs, and get credit on Pathways for my speeches. So I have my second DTM that I have to put in for my Pathways DTM. Because I've finished the two paths and done all the other steps. So all I got to do is submit it. So I just figure out the paperwork for submitting it. So it's going to be a good thing. I'll have two DTMs. I'll be DTM squared.
Yeah. That is an exciting thing. It's a lot of work that goes into it. It's an accomplishment and something to be proud about. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my plaque still hanging on the wall that I got from Toastmasters, and I've got several trophies, and the big, huge crystal ones I really like, the crystal trophies. But I got my first club that I gave a speech in for the contest. I think was Innuendo Toastmasters, which isn't around now. It's become different clubs, and there's still a club working with its number, but it shows me as one of the charter members of that club. Kind of funny, but anyway, I gave a speech about it was supposed to be a tall tale, and I gave a speech about my first car. So it was fun, and I won. I won at the club, and I delivered it at the area. And I don't know. It wasn't as funny as it was when I gave it at the club. So I don't know. I lost some of the humor, I guess, because I was nervous. But anyway, it was a great experience. And if you speak in front of, and I don't know why it is that if you speak in front of 3 people, it's okay. If you speak in front of 20 people, it's a little dicey. If you're speaking to a room of 300 people, it's like, so I don't know. I become more nervous the more people there are.
Well, it's something to remember as you're speaking to even larger audiences, and that is that you're really hoping to share your story. I don't even like to say, "Oh, I'm giving a speech." You're sharing a story that only you can share because it's your story with possibly 1 or 2 or 3 people. And if 1 or 2 or 3 people actually hear your story and get your message, that's what you're looking for. So if you could take it down to that common denominator, the least common denominator of how many people can I reach with this, you don't have to worry about the 97% of people that don't get it, although we anticipate getting everybody involved. But if you get nervous, or if you become nervous because of the number of people, let's see, think about it as growth. So when you give a speech, you're growing. When you give the same speech to a larger number of people, not only are you growing, but your audience is growing with you. So it's all kind of a choreographed growth pattern. Does that make sense?
It does, and also you remember that everybody else in Toastmasters has been on stage. They know what you're going through, and everybody wants you to succeed. Just develop eye contact with people, and they will be supporting you and wanting you to succeed. And it's a fun experience, and it's something you need to work on. Now, I'll tell you a story that happened at one of my clubs. Not to do anything with contest, but a guy came in and said he was going to be delivering a speech at an organization, and he wanted to be prepared to do that speech. Oh, great! When's the speech? In 2 weeks. If you're going to give a speech at an organization next year and the next 6 months, come to Toastmasters and we can help you out. But if you're delivering a speech in a week or 2, you're not going to get it all in a week. It doesn't work that way. It's practice. It's practice, practice, practice. It's listening to other people and working on projects. It's not something you can come in and see a Toastmaster Club meeting for a week or 2 and know everything about delivering a speech. It's a lot more work than that.
It's a process.
It is. And practice. If you want to practice a speech, if you're giving a speech, or let's say you are at church and you're one of the teachers for your Sunday school. So then, every week you get up and you deliver this lesson. Well, you want to improve how you deliver that lesson, how you speak. Come to Toastmasters. If you're giving presentations anywhere and you want to improve your speech, drop the ums and the ahs and all the filler words that you're putting in. That's where you get from Toastmasters and from practice. And it is all about getting stage time and practicing speaking. And that's what's really great about contests. Is if you're delivering a speech, you work on that speech, you might give it at 2 or 3 clubs before you go to the area. And then at the area, you'll get up and you'll deliver that speech again. But you'll have improved it because people will say, oh, what you said on this line didn't quite go with what you were talking about. If you do this or if you do that, then you'll have a better speech. And you make corrections and change your speech as you go along. So the next time you deliver it at the area, it'll be a different speech than you delivered at the club, but it will be an improved speech because you've practiced it. That's the great thing about being in a contest is you get to practice the same speech several times.
Yeah, And it does get better because you're growing every time. And that's one of the beauties, again, about contests, is the amount of growth that you can attain by being in a contest.
Well, we have 5 minutes left. Is there anything you want to tell the people out there in Facebook land?
Come to a contest. We do have the privilege, actually, of hearing this contest via Zoom, if that's what you prefer. So that's another way to tune in. A lot of the clubs throughout the country are still on Zoom. A lot of people are going definitely on in person. So you can always go to an in-person meeting, which there's a certain level of energy in person that is much higher than a Zoom contest. The anxieties are higher, the tension is higher, the enthusiasm is higher, everything is higher if you're in person. So, yeah, go see a contest.
Definitely, and they're a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Toastmaster contest is fun. It's a place to get to meet people. It's just a great place to have a community type experience, and you don't have to be the speaker, so you just come and listen.
Right, and if you're not a member of Toastmasters, you can go on our District 115 website and find out where the different contests are being held.
I believe that is D115TM at
.org.
Yeah, .org. You're right. Thank you.
So the invitation is out there.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Go online at the District 115 website, and you'll find a list of where the contests are, and what dates and what times. And we want to give a shout out to our St. George people. That's one contest I'm definitely going to is up in St. George. We have 4 or 5 new clubs from Mesquite on north into St. George that have just joined our district, and we definitely want to support them. So that is going to be a really fun trip to drive up there. It's about an hour and a half trip. And if you have time and you want to Zion, it's beautiful this time of year. So it's right out of St. George. You can leave after the contest and drive up to Zion. Take a look at the scenery up there.
Make it a true occasion.
Make it fun. Have dinner in St. George. We are out of time. We have like 2 minutes left.
It's going by quickly.
Let me tell you, if you can, look up Toastmasters online, find a club that is near you, go to that club, visit that club. You can visit totally for free. There's no charge. No one is going to grab you by the arm, twist it around behind your back and say, here's the form, sign it, give us your $20. That is not going to happen. People, if you go and you visit 2 or 3 times and you like it, join that club. If you come to Toastmasters and you like it and you just keep coming as a guest, it doesn't help the club very much. The club needs your support. So the funds that it costs, so it's a $20 new member fee, $45 every 6 months. It's the cheapest education you will ever get. So, and then every 6 months, it's $45 per club that you're in. If you're in 10 clubs, that's $450. But if you're only in one club, it's $45. So it's a bargain price. The clubs, some clubs do have club dues, like $2 to $3 every week.
Every month.
Every month, excuse me. Yeah, $2 to $3 every month. Thank you. I guess I have a rich club. But it's not expensive, and it is a great bargain, and it is an awesome experience. Go visit a club. You can find them all listed on our Toastmaster website on the district.
Yep.
Any final word?
No, no words. Just come to Toastmasters, see a lot of people smile, laugh. Oh, and then our favorite thing about giving a speech. Oh, 5 to 7. Let's see. Make them laugh. Make them cry. 5 to 7. Say goodbye.
And we'll say goodbye now. Thank you, Anita, for being here with me. It's been great fun. And everybody, join us tomorrow for Wake Up with Toastmasters.
Oh.